YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto. If you can, after the story, go over there, hit me with a like, which is the thumbs up, and that'll let me know I'm kicking my stuff. This one right here, homie, the young homeboy tapped in with me because he seen another YouTuber platform by the name of Inglewood Legend, and he had just kicked a story, I guess, about a lowdown from Legend Crip. And the young homeboy said he heard through the video on how active dude was, and was I familiar with his banging, homie? You know what I'm saying? Since I had extensive kind of length inside of, you know what I'm saying, Inglewood, California, on that side, homie. Have I heard a dude? And yeah, to keep it authentic, yeah, homie, I have, homie. And you know, everybody gotta kinda excuse me, homie. I've been kinda like drinking, homie, you know, sipping on this right here. Some stuff from Totally Wine, homie. And it's kinda cool, homie, and it's mellow, you know, bleeds on, homie. It got a hella kick. So anyway, homie, to dive into the get down, homie, with a lowdown from a Legend Crip. In the early 90s, homie, dude had a hell of a hype and a hell of a reputation for himself, homie. To kind of, you know, tour guide throughout Inglewood City, homie. And kind of make himself, you know, be a noticeable dude from that side. You know, dude kind of wanted himself to stick out from the others, homie. And not taking nothing away from, you know, from a lot of different Legend Crips, homie. But some of us go out our way when we banging in our careers, homie, to really platform ourselves in different areas, communities, and jurisdictions, homie. So anyway, like I said, in these early 90s, homie, you know, we gonna just say hypothetically, homie, it was a dude of low down caliber, style, look alike, and everything, homie, that was known to kind of like tour guide throughout the neighborhood power rules and the Queen Street Bloodz, homie, as well as, you know, probably went over there by the Inglewood families. But mainly I'm speaking on our side of Inglewood, homie, kind of where them dudes reside at too. So at these times, homie, you know, dude used to try to make a name for himself, you know, and he used to be with some of his homeboys. I kind of want to say them dudes probably owned a Mustang or a white 5.0 or something that them dudes used to occasionally just ride in, homie, and come through and you know, give it up on us, homie, and the homies, you know, we'll give it up back. But I remember one season, homie, he tried to just directly target the Queen Street Bloodz, homie. We gonna just say a copycat of a lowdown try to just target the Queen Street Bloodz at this time, homie. And at this time, homie, dudes would look at the homies from Queen Street Bloodz because the homies' fashion at that time probably wasn't really billboarded heavily. But the homies over there had to hold it down, scrimmaging as well against the Legend Crips and whoever they counterparters was, whether if it was the neighborhood car or what. The homies had to go up against that, homie. And, you know, probably sad to say, we might have lost a homie from Queen Street or two due to a Legend Crip Queen Street Blood feud, homie. You know, as well as the homies from Neighborhood Power getting into it with these dudes. But like I said, anyway, homie, at these times, homie, in the early 90s, I'm younger than what I am now. So, you know, we YGG status and shit. So, dude used to, and his crew, used to always make it their job at this season, which was a summer, I believe, to try to come through and give it to the homies from the Queen Streets, homie, or whatever Bloodz that was hanging out over there. They'll try to give it to us, homie. So at these times, homie, we had an all-point bulletin out for certain particulars, homie, you know, and whether you can get action at these dudes. The all-point bulletin was out to be careful and keep your head on the swivel, cause these dudes was pulling up, busting, jumping out, and no riding, homie. And me personally, I happen to have an altercation with these dudes, homie, going to the liquor store over there in Queen Street, Bloodhood. They got a liquor store called Andy's Liquor, sit across from a Bravo Burger, I believe, homie. But like I say, in these early times, homie, these dudes would come through, taunt us, draw down, might bust, and you would be left with no choice but to protect yourself. So I remember one time, homie, these dudes come through. I'm on a bike, homie. I'm going to Andy's. And we gonna just say, hypothetically speaking, some Legend Crips ride up on me, homie. And they try to give it to me, homie. Probably 2 shots or something. Baka, baka. And I remember I'm on a bike, homie. I sprang up off the bike, come up out the back pocket and give 2 off too. Bow, bow. They hit the corner, homie. So we gonna move up in the time into banging in the early 90s still talking about hypothetically a lowdown from Legend Crip. So at these times, homie, this seasonal time, homie, like it's the summer, we'll try to bring the smoke on one another. You know, we'll try to bring the smoke. So at this time, they trying to bring the smoke to the homies from Inglewood, Queen Street Blood, because the homies from Inglewood, Queen Street Bloods is strategically hitting them dudes back too. You know, blocking off alleys and all kind of shit, trying to stay up on it. But dude was a street veteran, so he knew how to camouflage himself in different vehicles and still try to pull up. So at this time, like I said, homie, these dudes might have came through earlier that day, gave it to niggas, knock, 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 in the Queen Streets. Homies probably had to give it back. Baka, 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 baka. We just keeping the festivities going. So now at these times, getting shells and extra ammunition, homie, that shit wasn't expeditions like that, homie. Wasn't speedy like that, homie. You had to make a couple calls and let homies know we needed more ammo if niggas just wasn't on deck, homie. And sometimes homies had to fish around through other homies to get what we needed over here to keep our war funded and keep us banging against dudes, homie. So at this time, homie, our ammo was out. Because like I said, it's summertime. The homies from Queen Street Bloodz is banging. And these dudes from Legend is banging. So, okay, so now the festivities went up. So now we in the process of making these calls. It's a few neighborhood Piru young G's. And it's a few Queen Street Bloods at that time, young G's. And I'm standing on a 400 block of the Queen Street Bloods, which was a major stronghold block of the Queen Street Bloods. You know, you got other extension, but kind of like the 400 block, it's like a base block. You know what I'm saying? And by me having ties so heavily with the Queen Street Bloods in my turf, I'm a 500 block, but I'm also, you know, kind of pushed with the 4, because that's an original established block. But anyway, homie, so like I said, in the midst of us scrambling and trying to get more shells to kind of protect ourselves, homie. And I stayed on that block, so I'm upstairs calling homies, letting homies know what time it is. Now in front of my building, that was, you know, that's where I reside and live, but also that was a Queen Street Blood building, homie. So in the midst, like I said, in the midst of us trying to get shells, it's a few homies from Queen Street, couple neighborhood Pirus, and as I coming out by my apartment to let the homies know I might got in line on some, you know, on some extra ammunitions. We fucked around. The homies get rolled up on, homie, and nigga get to knocking, homie. Bow, 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 bow. And at that time, niggas running. And I guess the gate must have closed. Homies trying to run and scramble and get in the building where I was at, and the gate must have closed. The homies didn't have no action to get up in there. And one of the homies from Queen Street Bloods wound up getting served in the face, homie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put his name out there. But the homie wound up getting his face blasted open and shit, you know, really getting hit, blasted open. And we was young G's, but we was scrimmaging up against a hypothetically lowdown and a couple of more. But we was holding our own against veteran seasoned rips that was getting seasoned and laced by other veterans, homie. So, you know what I'm saying, 89 on up, G stuff, not G stuff. And I'm just sending it, homie, on legendary time, homie, that we had to hold our own as young G's against a seasoned street veteran, hypothetically a lowdown from Legend Crip, homie. 89 on up, G stuff, not Ye stuff, and I'm out. And we just sending it, homie.